All right, straight up bets we like. We already mentioned Jets +3. Panthers -3.5, the Eagles. Panthers defense looked awesome, and then they played Dallas. They have a new CJ Henderson who just joined the team. JC Horn's out. It happens. Dallas went up and down the field on them, but Dallas might have one of the 3 offenses that matters this year. Maybe 4. Maybe 5. I don't know.
Panthers clawed their way back until Trayvon Diggs had 2 picks at the end. Like, the Panthers didn't go away, which I liked.
Eagles put up a bunch of stats last week against a KC defense that clearly was half asleep and waiting for this Bills game. The line is 3.5. I hate the half point. That's what scares me. I wish it was 3. You're not scared?
No, look, as much as I respect what Devontae Smith did last week and Kenny Gainwell, like, I really think this Panthers defense is pretty good. And in Carolina, I don't know. I feel like I like the Panthers here. They're the better team right now.
I'm also going to criticize the Chiefs, even though their defensive coordinator knows way more about football than I do. I think the Eagles are a pretty gimmicky team. You can't be like completely stunned by, these designed rollouts and these quick screens and all that stuff. But the Chiefs were like, whoa, what's that? For 4 quarters. It was like they didn't know what was going on. I thought that was weird. The thing I like about this Panthers team, Horn gets hurt. They're like, boom, we're getting CJ Henderson. Gilmore's available. Boom, we're getting him. Like, I actually think they feel that they have a chance. And it's not just like a chance to make the playoffs. I think they actually think they have a chance. There's a confidence with them. And that tells me they're not losing to the Eagles.
They have an owner who used to run a Wall Street firm that you would walk into the hedge fund, Appaloosa, and there was 2 giant testicles in the office. It was like a 10-foot.
Yeah.
That's what you walked into. That's what Tepper has. It's, let's go. What are we doing? Like, I'm not here to own a team that's going to go 8-8. And that's kind of why they moved on from Bridgewater. It was like, it's all good. Like, we like being fun, but like, let's be great. So when Stephon Gilmore's available, let's go get him. When CJ Henderson's available, they've got a blank check. Go do what you got to do. Let's make this team viable. And McCaffrey is someone to watch. We might get McCaffrey.
You might get a little McCaffrey. How about the Eagles' offensive line, which is bad, but it didn't matter against the Chiefs, but it's going to matter against the Panthers and Burns.
They're banged up. They played well last week against the Chiefs. Like we talked about, the Chiefs' defense is almost like an anomaly. You can't grade it against it. I like the Panthers in this one. If they are what I think they want to be, which I think you hit on, like, they don't lose this game. They go out and they win, and they're like, no, we're not going anywhere. I know you think we're a fluke. We lost last week. We're good. We're fine.
Well, we could do Panthers money line all they have to do is win. If you wanted to,
let's do it.
Do that.
Matty Rule.
The money line will be on FanDuel that's not bad, -168.
Let's go.
So we can put that with a couple other things.
Did you like that Tepper nugget? I really mean that. You walk in the hedge fund and it's imagine having that in your office. Just 2 testicles. It's lovely.
I love any story about 2 testicles in an office that isn't a cancel culture story. I've heard there's a lot of good Tepper buzz on, like, he's kind of the sleeping giant of the owners. There's not enough content about him yet, but I fully expect. Remember when Joe Lacob had that 1,000 Points of Light New York Times Magazine interview where people are like, whoa, what the fuck is up with this guy? It feels like that's going to happen with Tepper in the next couple months. Somebody will have that piece.
What I like about Tepper is that he'll go on CNBC. He'll go on like Squawk Box like all the time. He's not big into the NFL media yet, but he'll bring his team. So like, I think Becky Quick asks him something about like, what do you think of the S&P? And he's like, Sam Darnold's having a better week than the S&P. And like all the financial guys on there are like, we have no idea what that means. Like, So he's just going with it. He doesn't play by all the traditional rules, and yet he's a respected businessman. And on these conference calls where it's a lot of the owners, like, he has no shame in like unmuting his mic and talking and being like, hey, Jerry, here's my thoughts on it, which is new for, a lot of these owners.
Yeah, it's a little Mark Cuban in the late 90s, early 2000s of like the new younger way of thinking guy who comes in, and you have this old dinosaur owners who are like, whoa, who's this guy? I'm telling you, there's going to be a good Tepper piece at some point. Saints Washington is one that you like. Saints second in defensive DVOA. Saints also have, for whatever reason, so far this season, an atrocious passing game.
It has been so weird.
Harris leads the team with 11 catches for 164 yards. Kamara has 10 catches. Nobody else has more than 10. Nobody has 175 yards of receiving on this team. And the Sean Payton is a genius thing is taking a hit. So what do you expect? I feel like this week they're -2.5 at Washington. There'll be 20,000 Saints fans there. This would seem like a good week to get it untracked, right?
So here's you start hitting on it. All right, Saints offense is historically bad in so many ways. They've only had 14 plays that have been a run of 10 or more yards or a pass of 20 more yards. It's the worst in the league. They're averaging 275 yards per game. It's the franchise's worst since 96. 144 passing yards per game. Oof. That's the lowest since 1986. And here's the craziest play. They have 5 20-yard plays. 5. That's it through 4 games. It's the worst offense we've ever seen since Sean Payton has gotten there. And yet the Washington defense, which you and Sal have hit on a bunch, and Sal was on it early over the summer about, were they really that good last year? They're 30th in points. They're 29th in yards, and they're last in the league in takeaways. I think this is the ultimate Sean Payton get right game. Let's get our offense going. Kamara has 10 catches on the year. Like, what are we doing? I feel like I understand that they've been trying to protect Jameis a little bit, and let's just get a couple wins under our belt. Like, this one feels like the Saints get back on track, and they're the team that, at least offensively, we thought they would be this year.
I'm with you. Last one, Packers -3 at Cincy. I'm willing to be talked out of this. Green Bay, 92 points in their last 3 games. I'm becoming more and more convinced we just throw out week 1. There's no preseason anymore. Teams can prepare for a team for 4 months, and it's almost like just throw it out. Burrow, now they've played nobody, but Burrow, 9.2 yards per attempt. And I don't know. I thought he was going to suck first half of the year because of that injury. It felt like they were rushing him back too soon. They have a weird running back situation where like
Mixon's healthy. He's not healthy.
It's like, is Mixon, what's going on? He always has the red flag next to him. Then they have Pirine
comes in.
Pirine behind him. T. Higgins like might play, might not play, but I feel like I'm just with the Packers. I don't see it right with them a lot of times, and I'm always erring toward thinking they're not going to have it this week or looking for a reason to pick against them. And I think it's just because I didn't like the Aaron Rodgers diva thing that he did this year. We need wins this week. Can the Packers beat Cincy by a field goal?
They can. It's in Cincinnati, but like last week, Cincinnati was down 14-0 at the half. They come out and Burrow just marches them right down the field. Jacksonville sending everyone at him. He's taking hits. He's in the pocket. He's delivering. I wouldn't bet against them. I don't know. All
right. Say no more. We'll stay away. All right. Staying away. Underdog parlay of the week. We have 3 choices.
Okay.
49ers, who is my favorite underdog parlay team in a while. Plus 205 against the undefeated Cardinals.
Okay.
A classic. Oh, yeah, the Cardinals. I'll throw them in a tease. I'll throw them in a parlay. Oh, yeah, Niners. Trey Lance. Shanahan now has a whole week to figure out this Trey Lance thing. I think they have good advantages. The Ringer gambling show with Solak and Warren Sharp did a nice job of breaking down, like, this is actually a nice matchup for them on both sides of the ball. Like, their front line can kind of keep Kyler in check. And then they can run the ball on the Cardinals, which nobody has really done this year because they've been fortunate other than playing Dalvin Cook when he was going nuts in week 2.
Yeah, they haven't really played a running back. Yeah.
We think you can run on this team. 49ers.
Actually, they did shut down Derrick Henry week 1, but you're saying week 1, let's throw it out the window.
Yeah, that was like, they had the Lewin situation. Chandler Jones had 5 sacks. I'm throwing that week out. 49ers plus 205.
Last year, with Kyler Murray in the lineup, there was a random Saturday game that only ran on Amazon Prime. Not many people watched it. It was like Christmas weekend. The Cardinals needed to win, and they were playing the Niners, who had been living in a Renaissance hotel in Glendale, Arizona for the last week, playing for nothing.
Yeah.
And the 49ers kicked the ever-living you-know-what out of the Cardinals. And it was like, we're not losing to the Cardinals. I don't know if it's a different Cardinals team, whatever it is. I could see the 49ers after losing last week to Seattle and having it go the way it did the week prior. I could see the San Francisco 49ers rallying on this one.
I like it as a 2-1 dog. I think it's smart. You also have the Niners have a bye week next week. So this is
this week.
Borderline kitchen sink game for them, right? On the flip side, Cardinals, 49ers this week at the Browns a week later. That's a terrible matchup for them. I don't like that matchup for them at all. Browns, fast defense. Browns can pound the ball. keep Kyler off the field. There's a world in which the Cards are just 4-2 in 8 days. And we're like, whoa, Cards, remember that? And every year we have the September Rabbit team, and maybe that was the Cardinals this year. All right, so we're marking them down, the Niners plus 205. I'm going to give you the Colts plus 265 in Baltimore.
Okay.
Your thoughts?
I don't like it.
Okay.
I think this Ravens team is always ready to go at
it's a Monday
home
nighter
on these night games. Like that crowd gets into it. Those fans go, and like there's a certain inertia and energy. Like they don't drop the ball. They don't have those no-show games. It sometimes happens to the Ravens where they lose on the road, and it's like, what? 1 o'clock game? Like what? They don't not show up for these primetime games. They're the better team, and they're the better running team, and that's what the Colts' strength is. I think the Ravens take care of business. I would not bet against the Ravens.
That leaves us with the team I really wanted to put in this second spot. The rejuvenated Bears.
Wow.
Pulled the playbook away from Matt Nagy last week.
Bill Lazor.
Bill Lazor steps in, everybody's hero, the man who was able to unlock Justin Fields and make him seem like a professional quarterback again. Good defense. You have a Raiders team that clearly is a little smoke and mirrorsy, has a little trouble blocking against the teams that can get a little active up front, which the Bears can do.
Mm-hmm.
Coming off a tough loss, I don't think they can run the ball. Jacobs doesn't seem healthy to me. They've been able to gimmick some stuff where they always seem twice a game. I've watched, I think, every Raiders game.
So have I.
They somehow are always able to get Ruggs on one side of the field doing that long Randy Moss across the
Gets
field.
one
And
again.
Carr just chucks it. But I think the Bears can beat Vegas, and the Bears are plus 200 in Vegas. And if you put Bears 49ers together, plus 770.
Let's do it.
Okay.
I'm in. Yeah.
You don't like it that much, so I can tell.
I mean, look, straight up, I don't love it, but why not? We're having fun with the underdog parlay. Let's go. It's how you win all the money back.
Nobody else you like?
I like the Giants.
I gave you the Giants. You shit on that one.
I did not. I didn't like it in the big parlay with the tees and all that stuff. I like it in the underdog parlay.
You like it in the underdog parlay? Well, how about this? What are the Giants? What did we say their number was? Oh, now I had the Giants in there. I took them out. I thought you didn't like them. All right. We said we were going to stay away from the Giants Cowboys, but if we do Giants and the 49ers, that's plus 908. And if we do Giants and the Bears, it's plus 980. My recommendation, maybe we get a little frisky. We do $33,000.
Go.
Bears, 49ers, set plus 770. Giants and the Cards are Giants and 49ers plus 908. And then Giants, Bears is plus 980. I think we do all three.
Bill, when we were
if two
growing
of them
up,
hit, we're doing great.
who are the NFC powers, the teams you would play with on Tecmo Bowl, and what you would always see with Madden and Summerall? It was the Niners, it was the Bears, and it was the Giants. This is a throwback weekend. Let's go.
The $1 million picks for week 5. I'm so excited. Schrager and I just hashed out the schedule for a solid hour, and we feel really good about this. We needed a win. We lost a little. We're only up $575,000 for the year. We got to do better than that. We're going to open up. Should we open it up? Is it time?
Please, let's go.
Is it time? Are we like
it.
Jameis and Sean Payton? Is it time to open it? All right.
It's time.
We have, these are all lines on FanDuel. On FanDuel, we can do a 7.5 point tease at plus 105. We're going to use New England minus 8.5 against Houston, Tampa minus 10 against Miami, Minnesota minus 8.5 against Detroit.
Bring them all down.
The highest we've gone this year is $500K. You want to jack it up a little, or are we good at $500K?
I like living a little dangerously.
Jack it up?
I feel like we could jack it up a little bit. I like these three.
Let's go. Let's jack it up to $700K.
Wow.
On those three. All right. So we have that. Now we're going to do some straight ups. $200K. We both like the Jets plus 3.
That's a lot of money, Bill. 200
in London. What do you want to go lower? 150?
Lower.
All right. 100?
100.
All right. Schrager says 100. 100K. This is good. 100K Jets plus 3. We'll do, how much you want to put on Panthers minus 3.5 against the Eagles?
I like the Saints more than any of them.
All right. But you know how we'll put 100K on the Panthers minus 3.5 against the Eagles.
Okay.
We'll put 100K in the Saints minus 2.5 in Washington.
Okay.
We'll try to at least go 2 for 3 with those because we have all our monies on the big T's. Do you want to put a little taster on the Chiefs and the over? Chiefs -3 with the over, which would be Chiefs -3. The over is 56.5. That's plus 291. Little 50K flyer.
A little Josh Gordon action. Let's go.
Little 50K flyer on that. And then we have not 1, not 2, but 3 underdog parlays. 33K on each. Bears 49ers plus 770. Giants 49ers plus 908. Giants Bears plus 980. Just need to hit one of those. So we're risking 99K basically. Just one. Just hit one of them. We're tripling, quadrupling, whatever our money.
Do you know how good I feel right now?
You like those. So we're all in on that 3-teamer. The 7.5 point tees on FanDuel. Thank you, FanDuel. What a gift. The $1 Million Picks for Week 5.